Welcome to the series on professional ethics in engineering. I'm Michael-C-Loui. I'm a professor of electrical and computer engineering at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. If you're an engineering student, you will spend about 2,000 hours in classes and laboratories learning from your professors. But the time you spend with these videos may be the most important of those 2,000 hours, because although in your professional career you may never again solve a circuits or statics problem, you'll spend your entire lives being professionals. So it's worth spending some time to think about what it means to be a professional and what your professional ethical obligations are. You will learn most from these videos if you take some time to answer the questions that I will ask. I will deliberately pause to allow you time to answer. Even better, discuss your answers with other students to see whether they agree or disagree with you, and for what reasons. So let's start with an apparently simple question. What is engineering? Not as an academic subject, but as an occupation. I'll give you a few seconds. Most of you will think of engineering as a form of problem solving, where you are solving other people's problems. Well, in other occupations, people solve problems. For example, bankers solve problems by granting loans. City planners solve problems by writing zoning policies. You may think that engineering is about making things, but potters and carpenters also make things. You may say that engineering is about applying scientific knowledge, but physicians, doctors, and farmers also apply scientific knowledge. Here we're going to focus on two aspects of engineering. That it's a profession and it should benefit humanity. Engineering is that profession in which the knowledge of the mathematical and natural sciences gained by study, experience, and practice is applied with judgment to develop ways to utilize economically the materials and forces of nature for the benefit of mankind. So again, we're going to focus on what it means to be a profession, and also that a profession should benefit humanity or society. So what is a profession? Well, let's take a look at some examples of professions. Doctors or physicians, lawyers, engineers, those are certainly professionals. Can you think of a few others? How about some non-professions? Occupations that are clearly not professions, like plumbers, fashion models, sales clerks. Can you think of some others? So, other examples of professions that I thought of were accountants, social workers, clinical psychologists, physical therapists. Examples of non-professions might be waitresses, custodians. What are characteristics that distinguish professions from other kinds of occupations? Again, take a few moments to think about that. I'll share my list with you. First of all, professions are characterized by having specialized knowledge and skills that are not available to most people. But plumbers also have special knowledge and skills. What distinguishes professionals are that their skills are primarily intellectual. So there's an intellectual component to professional skill. Second, to acquire this knowledge and skills, apprenticeship is considered insufficient. Professionals require formal education, at least through college, and often a graduate degree as well. So many professional degrees are actually graduate degrees. Master of Urban Planning, Doctor of Psychology. Engineering recognizes the bachelor's degree as a professional degree. Third, professionals exercise judgment, and clients cannot evaluate the quality of those judgments. That is, professionals hold authority. Only other members of the profession can evaluate the quality of the educational programs and professional work, so that's why professionals evaluate each other through peer review. Fourth, to ensure that the public is not harmed by professionals, there are a variety of social mechanisms, accreditation of educational programs, licensing of individuals, and so on. To practice law in a state, a new lawyer must pass the bar exam. My wife, a social worker, has had to take an exam to acquire a license to practice social work from the state of Illinois. Finally, there are professional associations. Like other occupations, these are organizations of people within the same profession. Unlike unions, which advocate for the benefit of their members. Professional organizations are devoted to sharing information through publications and conferences, and they also organize accreditation and licensing. So in engineering, there are professional associations for each engineering discipline. American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics, American Institute of Chemical Engineers, American Society of Civil Engineers, American Society of Mechanical Engineers, the IEEE for Electrical and Electronics Engineers, and so on. So why is it that professionals have special ethical responsibilities? Well, professionals have clients and not customers. What do you think is the difference? Take a moment here to think about the difference. Well, one obvious difference is that the relationship between client and a professional is usually longer than that of a customer and, say, a sales clerk. There's not a single transaction. Perhaps more important is that when you have a customer, the object is to satisfy the desires or the wants of the customer. We usually say the customer is always right. But with the client, the important thing is to satisfy what the client needs and not necessarily what they want, that the professional holds some authority here. For example, if I'm a doctor and you come in and you want a prescription for drugs just because you want them, I would not simply give you that prescription. I would try to prescribe the medications that you need and not just the ones that you want. Second, clients must trust professionals. To meet our needs as clients, we let professionals do things that we would not let others do. For example, we let a dentist apply a drill to our teeth. I like to say that the difference between oral surgery and assault is professionalism. In this professional-client relationship, the client has a great deal of stake, health, freedom, and so on. The professional has great power to help the client meet those needs, but with great power goes great responsibility. And it's important that professionals use that power in a responsible way for the benefit of their clients. In fact, all professions profess, that is, they make a claim to serving the public good. A good example would be the difference between behaviors and dentists. Plumbers' unions have resisted electrical codes that permit plastic conduit because that would reduce their job opportunities. On the other hand, dentists have advocated for fluoridated water, which might reduce their business because they have an interest in the public health. All professions are devoted to some public good. Medical professionals are devoted to human health, lawyers to social justice, engineers to safe and useful objects for the benefit of society. These special ethical obligations of professionals are expressed in codes of ethics. These codes are published by professional associations. Engineering codes of ethics emphasize safety. While all of us are obligated to avoid endangering others, engineers have a special obligation or responsibility to ensure the safety of people.